Good morning. I feel like a Bond villain right now. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome in. I'm so glad you guys are here. I see I already have some people in chat. So hello, how are you? Sorry, I had Luna decided to she she bring like you don't see it. It's off screen on the floor. She brings a string because that's the only toy she gives any crap about. Like string is her thing. And so she came in like meowing at me to play with her string and then jumped in my lap as soon as I was like, "Okay, mommy has to work. Mommy has to do things." And she's like, "No, no. You are going to bring me with you." So, I'm experiencing my Bond villain era right now. She does look like a Bond villain cat, right? She's the black cat. Hmm. Absolute chaos. This cat. Okay, you can go down now. Oh my gosh. Good morning. Hello, my lovelies. I hope you guys are doing well. Oh my gosh. It's been one of those weeks. I've got my office is still in shambles and I have to clean that up within the next day or so because we're getting new flooring in, which is really exciting. But at the same time, it's a lot because I hate carpet in my office. So we're getting like LVP lamp like flooring put in. So very excited for that, but that means everything has to be moved, which luckily the people who are going to be doing it, they basically told us like, "Hey, just make sure like your stuff is off, like it's off the like shelves or whatnot, or anything like super specific, but like yeah, it's oh my gosh. Let me get all this over here. This week it really did. This week absolutely flew by. I don't know what it is. I think it was probably because it was Memorial Day this past week, right? Like on Monday. Yeah, I think it was Memorial Day, but I think that's probably why it like threw me off because by the time it was Wednesday, I'm like, it's Tuesday. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah, carpet is not my favorite. And again, in our bedroom, it's like one thing because like again, the purpose of going in there is to sleep and like hang out with my husband. So like it doesn't really matter if there's carpet, but like the carpet in the office, because we have two bedrooms that we basically use as our office since we both work from home all the time. So like having it in the office, like it just mats with like because we've got the chairs and it just mats the carpet and it just looks not fun. And then again, we have cats and they love to puke on the carpet. It drives me nuts. Carpets, yeah, 100%, 100%. Any carpet with, especially with these two cats who, again, love my babies. They are puke demons. They are puke demons because, especially Link, the little gray cat we have, he is notorious for like hairballs, and he drives me bananas because he will go out of his way to like walk over, start his little puke ritual, like the and then if I happen to not be in the middle of something, I'll like jump up, grab a paper towel or whatnot, and like run and to like try to catch it. And you know what the little shit does? I'm like, you're so rude. So rude. So I'm sitting there with this paper towel, like trying to like follow his head because he doesn't want to puke on the towel. He's just like, no, I want to do it on the carpet. Yeah, very cat-like, just very stubborn, very like set in his ways. Where it's just like, eh. And he has multiple rounds of it. So like by the time you're recovering and you're like, okay, I managed to catch it on this one. Now I got to run over and I got to grab another one. And he's in the midst of trying to do the next round. You're just like, wait. Sorry, TMI, gross, but yeah, that's why the carpet just doesn't fly up here because again, we are up here 99% of our day. So like, not gonna work. What do you hoping? I so I'm gonna be editing. I've got Don't Date the Doctor, which my physical copy, I've got my printout of that. Um, I did my read through, so we're good on there. So like, that's what she does because she refuses. Basically, that's literally how my cats are. It's just like whatever's the most convenient for them, but the most inconvenient for us. That's the choice they want to make. They're like, sign me up for that. But yeah, I'm going to be working on DDD. I have two outlines I'm also working on right now. I don't know if I'm going to do those during this though. What about you guys? What are you guys going to work on today? Got any fun writing projects? Any reading? Because I know JC, the last time you were working on a finishing. I think it was a was I know it was the Carrie Maniscalco series. I can't remember if you finished that or not though. Yep, I'm in. Believe me, I understand that. I have been in the worst reading slump the past I want to say like 4 or 5 months. It's awful. Finishing website. Ooh. Oh, what? Oh, you're working on your own website? Or are you working on some interesting? You working on? I'm assuming your own website, but I don't know. I'm still waking up. I've got my coffee with, or as my husband likes to put it, milk with a hint of coffee in it. Leave me alone. Sorry about it. Ooh. A lit fit mystery. Ooh, what book is it? I'm curious. Oh, I'm a sucker for a good mystery. Oh my god. And you're wrong. Okay, that's fun. Do you have experience working doing your? I mean, I assume so. I don't know. I assume everybody knows how to do certain things, but then I'm like, I I had to learn how to do my own stuff too. So like, I don't know what other people can do. But yeah, I am such a sucker for a good mystery. If you haven't, book rec. If you haven't read anything by Lucy Foley, pick up The Hunting Party. That's my personal favorite of hers. Love, 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 love that one. I write dark. Ooh, oh, see, I think I've said it before during a stream, or I know I've said it at one point, but I am so jealous of people who can write fantasies because I just don't have the brain capacity to do all of that. I do not have the brain capacity to finesse and figure out all the fine details you need to build a world kind of thing. You are on another level. Ooh, it's a new release. Oh, that sounds interesting. Ooh, I'm writing off. I'm writing that off to the side. That sounds good. Again, I am such a sucker for a good mystery. Taught me Wix. Yes. Oh my God. Anytime somebody is like, "How did you learn how to do any of the your website stuff?" YouTube. I'm telling you, best thing ever. And the same thing with I want to say basically, I don't want to say everything I know how to do is YouTube, but YouTube is the quintessential resource of learning how to do certain things. Yeah, I'm incredibly impressed too because I do not have the brain capacity for. I have one brain cell, and I usually share it with a friend of mine. Hi, you've been watching. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you for being here. Oh, I am a chaotic feral raccoon, so thank you for saying that. That's very sweet. Also from it. Yeah, it's one of those things where I feel like it's a huge trade-off when you're writing things because you have one writer who's really really good at again world building and creating magic systems and all this stuff, and then you have somebody else whose strength is romance where they're better at the dialogue and the banter and all that kind of stuff. And I have a few authors I know who can interchange certain things, if that makes sense. They can do a lot, they are very good at nailing a lot of different things. But I find certain authors that I especially traditionally published authors, and no shade to any of them, obviously. I feel like certain authors just nail certain aspects a lot better than other things, if that makes sense. So like my example for that is like I love Emily Henry because I love the way she builds a character. I love finding like I love the way she talks about her characters and the way that she portrays them and that kind of thing. But like I mean the stories are always good. Don't get me wrong, the plot is always good, but like where she really shines is like characters and character development and some banter and all that kind of stuff, but like I mean does that make sense? Folgers coffee keeps me going. Oh my gosh, yes. You were so sweet. I mean, to write my first novel for that. Oh my gosh. Well then work let's work on it now. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she writes, and every author I feel has their like the thing that you remember them the most for, regardless of whether traditionally published, indie published, whatever. There is every author that you love and you remember. There is something about their writing that you just absolutely just like hone in on. Like it works for you. Oh my gosh. And yeah, coffee, everybody likes to make like a bunch of my friends, my mother especially, because my mother is one of those people who, and I've talked about this before, she's one of those people who like, I can only drink black coffee brought in from the mountains of the Norwegian mountains. Like, she's one of those people, and I'm kind of like, do you know that meme? And I don't want to, I don't want to, like, it's like this meme, I think it was on TikTok or whatnot, where it's just like the duel of like people doing their pets or whatnot. It's like, oh, the soil is too fine. I would rather die. And it's like, heck yeah, concrete. That's me with coffee because this is just like instant coffee. Like I don't need anything fancy as long as I can a vehicle for bringing caffeine from source to mouth. That's all I really care about. Oh gosh. Rude. Sorry, I've got cats who just drop things on my feet and then run away. It's looking a little light, but so yeah, that's why I joke. Husband always just like, do you want coffee or do you want milk with a splash of coffee? Because yeah, that's basically what it is. That's what you do. So today I'm going to be working on editing DDD. I think I've got two outlines for other projects that I'm working on as well that I might dive into depending on how I feel editing, but we shall see. And yes, I'm always looking for other like like talking style videos like that one that you guys would actually like find value in because especially videos like that, I'm like I want to I know it's going to sound kind of cheesy, but like I want to provide value if that makes sense. Because again, I'm still relatively new doing all this. I've been doing it for like a year or so. I've only started making income in any capacity starting this year, and it's not even like a lot. I have a video for that coming this week though, so be prepared to laugh at my stupidity during that. It's just a lot of me yelling. Have you read Save the Cat? Yes, actually, hold on. I have read that. I do have, and I have that. Of course, my headphones is like, oh, you're not listening to anything, so therefore you're not doing anything. You don't need me. So it just turns itself off. Um, I personally, I love this one. I honestly, and this is something I kind of talk about in the video I'm working on right now of like, I haven't really I'm like working on improving my like outlining process for like starting a book because it's mostly just consisted of like, oh, here's a bunch of scenes I want to do. And then I kind of figure out and jumble them together until it makes sense into the plot I have in my head, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to figure out how to actually incorporate stuff like this more into my books and my writing and that kind of thing. And thank you. That's very sweet. That's very sweet. But yeah, if you have any like, and this is not me like fishing for stuff, but like if you have any like topics or anything like that you actually want me to like talk more about, please, please, please let me know because I, especially when I first started doing all this, there's just not a ton of like like people talking about certain things, so it's just kind of like you're floundering around a little bit. So like if I can provide kind of a like more even keel like okay, here's the experience from start to wherever we end up, then to each their own sort of thing. Yeah, yeah, with the monetary stuff. The, not to spoil anything, but the and again, I'm not trying to push like, oh, go watch my content sort of thing. It's more just I literally had the video that's coming out this coming up week, so this coming up Thursday. That video is very like definitely the more like again, I talk about the good, the bad, the ugly kind of stuff with the indie authoring, and that one definitely is going to be leaning a little bit more towards the ugly. So enjoy. Feel like yeah, outlining can be really fun. I think I need to work on like the brains like honing my brainstorming if that makes sense because like I'll have like a bunch of ideas or whatnot, but like piecing them together and like and again eventually obviously I mean I've published books so like obviously it works out in the end, but like piecing them together into like a cohesive from start to finish is where I tend to like especially up front with like the outlining and stuff like that. So it's where I get like in the midst of actually writing the book and I tend to flounder a little bit because I'm like, oh, I didn't prepare more in the front end. So it's like in the back end, I'm suffering a little bit more, a little bit more. The process city set. Well, good. Well again. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. From start to end. Oh no no no! Don't. If you are here at all, I am grateful for you being here at all. I do have. I think that's one thing I'm actually like trying to figure out because again, I've been switching like basically week after week of like a more like vlog style ish sort of video, and then the talking stuff. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to deal with that going forward of like either doing like two videos a week and alternating or just stick with the one for now. Because so, I mean, if you're new here, you may not already know this, but I also do work full time. So doing just one full day is a little bit more tricky, just mostly because it's like I don't feel it's very entertaining because like again, I get up, I might work on some stuff, some author stuff or whatnot, some like, admin sort of stuff, and then I work from 8 to about 4, and then the rest of it is like after that. So I don't it's more I don't want to waste that's why I tend when I do the vlog style videos, I tend to do like a week because there's a little bit more wiggle room of like actually entertaining things because otherwise it's just me sitting in my office like just feral, just just completely feral. You you are very sweet. See, I'm gonna tell some of my friends that because they're like, oh my god, you're so boring. I'm like, you're boring. A bunch of right. Do it. See through the end. Definitely do that. Especially if you can get like other like again, definitely short stories is really really fun, especially like if you're just starting out. How do I put it? If you're just starting out with like especially short stories are perfect for like newsletter magnets. Like for example, my newsletter magnet is a short story that I wrote that I had published with like an anthology that I did with a group of other authors. It was I think during the Hurricane Helene, and we were doing like a big fundraising thing for charity or whatnot for that. And so that is my newsletter magnet. So even if you never publish it, but you are wanting to like build a foundation, so to speak, to like get yourself started with newsletters and getting people interested in your work, I would highly, highly recommend that. But even just if you just are purely interested in just the publishing of it, short stories are really, really fun. And even if you can get like other authors to go in and do it with you, you can do like an anthology, and that's always fun. I try one of me two for yeah, basically. Yeah, and that's I think I'm gonna stick with the way I have been doing the scheduling of content, just because it's like again, I have a lot to, I have a lot that I do. It can be a lot. Especially this most recent one. I think the video's like close to 40 minutes. My bad. I'm sorry for when you get a hold of that. Um, so yeah, and that takes a while. I love doing them, and it's so fun. But like, yeah, it's it's a long one because I go through I do like basically a whole month of income and expenses, and I kind of lump like the subscriptions and stuff like that, and it's like a whole it's a whole thing. And I yeah, I it it was not it was fun but not fun because I didn't cry, but I felt like crying. I felt like crying. Okay. Oh my god. Again, you guys know me. If you let me, I'll just sit here and talk and talk and talk and talk until the cows come home. So you guys got to rein me in. Come on, you got to help a girl out. So I'm gonna go ahead and at least pull this up on the other screen. Again, best app I've ever found for doing these. And again, there might be other like, you know, back to where yeah, like come on, snap out of it. Let's go. Honestly, this again, I love this thing. I've probably put like I think if you look on I'm gonna switch this over. If you look on like my stream on my Steam Deck, like because usually when you open Steam, it tells you like, oh, you had this many hours playing this game or that. I think this specifically, I've got like 50 hours in just because of how much I love it. Sorry, not sorry. All right, writing sprints. All right, get our little lady. She's my she's my mascot for these. With her little space. I am so jealous of people who can like actually pull off this hairstyle though, to be like so honest with you guys, because I can't do bangs. I have tried to do bangs, but like I have very thin fine hair, so it just turns into like wispy nothings. This it's called On Together Virtual Co-working. Love this app. Absolutely love this app. Need to leave. Oh, have fun. Thank you so much for joining us for the time you were here. I'm so happy to have you. But yeah, I'm so jealous of people who have this kind of hair who can, like you can get bangs to work because the number of times I am one of those people who like I will convince myself. Like, have you guys seen? It's not Heated Rivalry. What's the other one? Off Campus, the show that the popular like the I think it's based on Elle Kennedy's books of the hockey romance. Super super. This is not Cat Highway. This is not Cat Highway. But yeah, Allie from that show, like the popular thing for her is like the she dresses J-Lo during in like the scene. Oh, great show, great show. But I have been convinced since that show has come out that like, oh my god, I need to get that haircut. I need to get that haircut. And then I have to remind myself like, no, dummy, you can't pull off bangs. You don't have that kind of hair texture. I literally okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I literally have convinced myself again, fine, very thin hair, like just very very flat kind of hair. I had convinced myself for the longest time that like I could make it work. It's like, no, dummy, you can't. Like my hair is such a like flat texture. When I was in college, I got a perm. And they had to try to do it 4 times because it wouldn't stay. That is how like flat my hair is. I tried to get that like perm, like a curl, like a little bit of a curl into my hair, and it just every time I would go in try for the perm, and it literally like the next day it was right back to the way it was. And so I kept going back into my hairstylist, like, what is going on? And she's like, okay, well let's try this again. And oh, let's try. By the end of it, it was like, you're just gonna have to accept that you don't have that kind of hair. All right, let me get our stream note up. Now that I've talked Jiro's ear off. Excuse me. Okay, on to business. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I will go ahead and our usual spiel of yeah, yeah. That's all. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it there. But yes, we're gonna go ahead. I'll go ahead. We'll do our 25-minute sprint, our 5 minutes in between chit chatting, and we will go from there. So let's get started. All right, sprint 1 is done. How are we doing? How are we feeling? Ugh, that went by so quickly. They always do, but that went by so quickly. Like I looked up and it was like, you have 6 seconds left. I'm like, really? How did that happen? All right, start our little 5 minutes for us to chit chat. I've got. I wish I could like turn the camera down, which it's like fixed onto my computer, so I can't mess with it. I wish I could mess with it though, so I could point down at the cat that's literally just at my feet. What are you doing? Oh, big yawn. Yes. We're all so tired here. Hello, hello. So nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Oh my gosh. I actually, like, Sarah, I actually mentioned you in the video I just did recently, like, as like a passing thing. So, be prepared for that. Oh my gosh. I just need, like, an IV drip of caffeine. Just stick it in. Oh my gosh. I'm hoping I've got, and the reason I had mentioned you, Sarah, was I've got, what are you working on? I'm working on, I need to again. I am working on Don't Date the Doctor. I have done my read through, so now we're doing editing, and that's what I've been working on. And we need more information on the cat. Let me go get her because, of course, as soon as somebody said something, she's like, "Oh, time for me to leave now." This is Luna, the bestest cat ever. Well, one of the bestest cats because her brother is also bestest cat. Currently yapping. Oh, nice. Oh, matcha. I'm so. I need to get better at my matcha game because I have the stuff. I just don't have the tools to make it really good yet. Yes, say hello, Luna. My little black cat baby. Or as I opened with, I literally opened stream today like Bond villain stroking her because she jumped in my lap just as I was turning the camera on. She's a big old baby. Oh my gosh. I feel bad because every time we do streams, it ends up turning into like me just talking about my cats constantly. But they're so cute. Like, how could I not? But Miss Ma'am here, we had their annual vet visit recently. And we had to take them both in. They both don't like the vet. They're COVID cats through and through. Like we got them right before, like it was 2019, and they were kittens. So we got them in 2019, and yeah, her little red color. I know and it's got a little bell on it, so we can know where she is because she's sneaky. She's very sneaky, so we have to know where she is at all times. But they're COVID cats through and through, so they are very used to us, but like not other people, and especially not the vet. So we had to take them into the vet, and of course, the whole time they're yowling and meowing at us in the car. And we're sitting there like basically crying, like, please, not again. We swear we're not abusing you. We're just taking you. Every time we walk into the vets, they're yowling, and we have to constantly just because all the vet techs turn like, are you guys okay over there? And I'm like, we're not abusing them. I swear they love us. I promise they love us. They just don't love the vet. But Miss Ma'am here, in particular, usually she's the good one when we go to the vet. Like, she's not thrilled to be there, but like she's kind of like chill. Yeah, she's a drama queen. She's very like usually pretty chill. But like we get there and there was a mix up with our appointments, which was my fault. But they were like, "Oh, well, we can actually take you in like 30 minutes." And we're like, "Okay, perfect." We just go over and wait in the waiting room basically. And so we're like, "Okay, perfect." We go over there and wait, and then Miss Ma'am here starts like panting, like panic attack panting. And she's never done that before, like ever, never done that before. And so I'm freaking out because I'm like, what is going on with my cat? She has never done that before. She's never been that upset, like just like hyperventilating basically. And so we're like, what do we do? And so we had the vet tech or like we got a hold of the vet tech and we're like, hey, I'm really sorry. I promise I'm not trying to like sneak in early or anything like that, but like, can you take her back and look at her and like have somebody look at her because we're really worried about her, how she's acting right now. And she was fine. Mm-hmm. She was fine. She was just being a drama queen. And as soon as the vet got a hold of her and like brought her in to the actual like appointment with both her and her brother, she was fine. She was fine. She was just like, oh, she was just having a little panic attack essentially because she didn't want to be there. So she was being a drama queen. And as soon as we got home, totally fine. Acted like nothing was wrong. Meanwhile, I'm, in the corner sobbing. Hubby's over there, like, trying to calm me down, like, it's okay, she's fine, it's fine. And meanwhile, she's over there, like, weren't you? Mm-hmm. Don't you meow at me. I don't know if you can hear her through my headset. Cats are so silly. They really are. Especially these two ding-dongs. Because they're just such little goofballs. Which is part of why they're so entertaining, is they're just such little goofballs that they're just constantly up to something. Just always up to something. Okay, sorry, I know. You guys gotta rein me in. Rein me in. So, we have done our first sprint, so let us get started with sprint number 2. So, I'll see you in 25 minutes. All right. Sprint 2 is done. Halfway through. How's everybody doing? I saw we have a few people hopping in. Welcome, welcome. Get my coffee. Hubby is also awake. I've seen him walking back and forth. Hello, hello. What are you guys working on? I've mentioned before I'm working on edits for Don't Date the Doctor. I finally got the read through completed, so working on that. Finally started reading. Ooh, and that's the lit fic mystery, right? The one you were mentioned before, JC. Because that sounded really good. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it's already the end of... Oh, cleaning. Yeah, boo. That's what... As soon as we get done with sprinting, that's what I'm going to have to do, too. So, I feel your pain. On draft 2. Ooh. Ooh, sci-fi horror. Okay. I have not really ever been able to get into a horror book, only because I feel like I just haven't picked up the right one, if that makes sense. Like, brain wasn't computing, so started. Definitely don't blame you there. Sometimes you gotta restart your brain. Like, in terms of horror, I think like the only ones I've ever I guess picked up is I read Mexican Gothic. Is that the name of it? Mexican Gothic. And some Stephen King. But like, it's not scary. And I'm the biggest chicken. I'm the biggest baby when it comes to horror movies. I can't watch them. Like, especially like the really gory ones. Like, it just makes me physically ill, like feel very physically ill. But like, reading them, I don't know. I haven't found any of them scary. So I'm always curious to see how like horror, like how people do like write horror, and like if you have any recommendations, let me know, because I would be interested to see if something actually like makes me scared reading it, if that makes sense. Digging into some... Oh yeah. Again, another level with the world building stuff. I have a fantasy, like a romantic-y fantasy that like an idea that I've had for a while, that I wrote a whole first draft, but I hated how it turned out. So I'm like redoing it, but like, ooh, I don't have the brain cell for that. I don't usually get scared. Yeah. Yeah, I like the again. I don't remember if that's the precise name, but I think it's the Mexican Gothic. S Is that the name of it? I'd have to look. But I remember the atmosphere was very creepy, and I liked that. But I've never been like full on like scared of a horror book. Like, and again, and I've read like The Shining. I've got, I've got a bunch of Stephen King, which I actually have a whole stack of his that I have to like get through, because I would get the books and like, because everybody would be like, oh well, this is the one you need to get, and oh, Pet Sematary is the one you need to read if you want to be so like I have a stack of his. I just haven't like... Annihilation. Is Annihilation the one they made? Like, isn't that a movie as well, or did like... Because I feel like that sounds so familiar, because I remember there was like a movie with I think it was like Natalie Portman or something like that. Is that like the same thing? Oh, the movie's awful. Okay. Is it like, again, is it like the same... Is it the same, like, is it based off of the book, or is it just happens to be the same name or whatnot? Girl watching, like most kids, yeah. Yeah, I'm honestly a little jealous of people who can like really get... Oh, it's based off of it. Okay, okay. So it is the same. I can't get like some of the like psychological horror stuff maybe, but like again, I feel like and again, this could be just me on the outside looking in of like I hardly ever watch horror or something like that, but like stop shaking camera. I feel like a lot of the horror these days tends to rely on like the gory horror stuff, so it's like it doesn't appeal to me, because I'm like, I would really rather not feel ill watching a film. I didn't used to be that way, but like I was so confused. I hate when that happens, when like they make a book or they make a movie based off of a book and you're just watching it after having read the book and you're like, what is this? What is this? Oh gosh, I didn't even start the timer. I'm sorry. There I go again. I love psychology. Yeah, the psychological side is where I feel like I could get into, but those tend to be like, I guess, harder to find because again, usually with horror, and again, I could be wrong, but usually with horror, I feel like even when it's like psychological, there is like gore in it. Like they kind of go hand in hand. But again, I could be wrong. I could be just not watching like the right ones. These days, I just watch really terrible horror. I honestly, I think watching terrible horror movies is hilarious. My friends and I, we watched, oh, what was it called? I think it was that Thanksgiving horror movie with Patrick Dempsey, which again, we love hubby because every time anything remotely like gory was coming on screen, like I was like, we were laying on the couch and like all of our friends were on different couches or whatnot, he would just like, I had like a blanket, so he'd just throw the blanket over my head and he's like, I'll let you know when it's over. Which was great. But like, I felt like that one was okay. Like that one made me laugh because of how ridiculous it was. But like, I wouldn't have watched it if I did it, like again if I didn't have hubby there like covering my eye, like helping me cover my eyes so I don't have to watch the really gory parts, if that makes sense. Yeah, hubby's the hero we all need. We love hubby. We love hubby on this channel. He comes in clutch all of the time. He's the best. And see, I can't say that too loud though because he is awake now and he's in the other room. So he can hear me. So he's in there. He probably is in there just like preening like, yes, I'm the best. Am the best. Can I help you? This is not, don't you start. This is not Cat Highway. With these cats. Again, this space is my desk. You guys are on my computer right here. This is my space. But like, the cats think this, I call it Cat Highway because they just walk across here so they can get to the door and leave. It's like, this is not yours. His head grew 3 sizes like the Grinch. Yeah, that would be him. Especially, yeah, that would 100% be him. Oh my gosh, my mom, you guys remember a while back, if you're new here, I had an event that I did. It was my first event, and hubby went with me, and he was absolutely amazing. He came in clutch. He was super helpful, on top of everything. Like he was the MVP of the day, and everybody who came to visit us at our booth loved him because he turned on that new because he's very New Jersey Italian. So he turned on the like, hey you, I got a book, you got money, let's make a deal. He was hilarious. My mom made him a shirt just for events that he could wear because she thought that was so funny because I told her that whole story of like what happened during that event, and so she made him his own shirt, and he's like, I'm gonna wear that to every event now. That is my shirt. I am, oh, what was it, he had a name that everybody gave him. Oh, what was the name? Anyway, everybody kept calling him this name, and so she had it put on a shirt for him. Because he's so funny with some of this stuff. Like we went on this cruise earlier this year with my family. We do like a bit, you know, every year we do like a big vacation with them, and it's just my husband and I, and then my parents, and we do like a big vacation every year. So this year we went on this like Italian like Mediterranean cruise, and he was hilarious because they got us like specifically for Santorini, you have to get like a tender to go onto the island. And so my parents got this special like priority access so we could basically skip the line. They'd gotten like this big bonus thing where they could get tickets like that. And so they got us a ticket that was like, okay, we are a priority member for tenders, so we basically go to another line essentially, and we take that special like ferry or whatnot. When I tell you that man walked around with that pass all day and used it as like, excuse me, I'm a priority member. Excuse me. Excuse me. You can't talk to me. I'm a priority member. That's the kind of dude he is, and we love him for that. He's just, excuse me, priority member here. Don't talk to me. And he pulled it on me too. Like we went back to the room just to hang out, and he's just like, I need to take a shower. And I'm like, oh, well, I got to take a shower too. And he's like, priority member, I go first. He's just hubby. Yeah, he takes his jobs very seriously when he gets the job. He takes the lead and he runs with it. So again, even like silly stuff like that, just he takes it and runs. And again, 5 minutes gone like that. Even after I didn't start it on time, just it's gone. Goodbye. All right, sprint number 3. Let's do this. So 25 more minutes and I will see you guys again in a little bit. All right. Sprint 3 down. And hello, perfect timing. Just ended sprint number. Oh my goodness. Well then, just ended sprint number 3. How are we doing, guys? Got one more sprint to go. These always go by so fast. Just so fast. And I'll actually start the timer this time for our chit chat so that way we're not just sitting here with me just talking y'all's ear off constantly. So how are we doing? How's our projects? How's our writing, reading, cleaning? Yeah, I think Estelle said she was cleaning. Looks so funny. Getting a lot done. Good. That's number one goal of these is everybody gets what they need to get done. This looks so it is fun. We have fun here. I always enjoy doing these. You got tea. Ooh. Like the actual like tea or like tea. And then Rochels. Okay, so you got actual tea. Okay. Why did I think you were like, oh, I've got tea? I was like, ooh, what do we have tea on? Oh my gosh. Gracious. Get out of here, you. Shoo. Dramas on all of us. Very true. Very true. I got 7 chapters done, so come. Oh, nice. Very good. Very good. Congrats on the 7 chapters. I got all excited. I know, right? That's why I was like, I don't know why my mind was on like, we're about to hear some drama, but like, I think it's one of those things, especially again, as I've gotten older, it's kind of like, I don't like drama if I'm involved. If it's me or somebody I know, I'm like, I want no part of the drama. No, thank you. But if somebody wants to tell me about drama, I'll listen. I'll listen. Like, I love, and I'm pretty sure people have called it out in some of my videos of like, occasionally you'll see me like watching commentary channels, like when I'm just like doing busy work or whatnot. Yeah, it's not a participation sport. I don't need to participate in the drama. I can listen and just get caught up. Like the most recent drama that I have like been listening to, because again, I like to have commentary channels on in the background just as like noise when I'm like working on stuff. Not when I'm writing. Writing is I have to have music, not like people talking, but like if I'm doing other tasks, I'll have that on as like noise in the background. The most recent one that I've been listening to is, has anybody heard about like this? I don't, again, only from what I've heard of like the Tyler catastrophe stuff. Has anybody heard about this drama? It's always yes, the true crime ones. I have to be in the mood for a true crime one. That I have to be in the mood for, but like commentary stuff or just like stupid drama stuff where it's like it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things kind of thing. Yes. I don't know why my feed has just been filled with people talking about this stupid Tyler catastrophe thing. I don't know what is going on. I don't know why it popped up on my thing or whatnot, but like I watched a couple of them and I'm like, very cringy. It's just all so cringy and like again, in the grand scheme of things, it's like it's so silly. It's like does it really matter kind of thing, but like I don't think he's a great person, but like it's funny to watch just like the cringe. I think the one with the yeah, that one started popping up recently for me. I don't know anything about that one, but I did see a couple titles for that popping up on my channel, or like just in general popping up on my feed of like the Timber Bowman thing. I don't know anything about it, so. But it was Tyler catastrophe for like a week or two of just all these channels popping up with that, and then now I'm seeing all the stuff popping up about Timber Bowman, and I'm like, what is the Timber Bowman stuff? I have no idea. So I'm gonna have to invest in that now to see what the tea is. I hate drama in terms of like like actual serious like I don't want people to be involved in drama, or if it's silly stuff. Like again, the catastrophe stuff is just plain silly stuff. Like, oh, my poor camera. Make sure you bring. Oh no! Oh no! Now I'm worried. Dadgummit! Every time I'm telling you, every time we get into these 5 minutes, for some reason the time just goodbye. All right, we are down to our last sprint though, so we have 25 more minutes, and then we'll do our usual kind of decompression at the end, and then we'll get on with our day. So we'll do our last sprint here now. So see you in 25. All right, my loves, we are done. We are done with sprinting for the day. How are we feeling? You stay there. Let me get this closed out and we will just chat for a few minutes. Turn and quit. All right. How are we feeling? Doing good? Good sprint? Good sprints, I should say. I'm pretty happy with where I'm still, it doesn't look like I've gotten very far based off of just like me flipping the pages, but I feel like I got a decent amount done. I addressed a bunch of my feedback, so I'm feeling pretty good about it at least. So, yay for us. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've got to clean later this afternoon. Mostly because again, like I said earlier, I've got to make sure all of the stuff is off shelves so that way when they come in to do the floors this week, one less thing to worry about. But we shall see. So, yeah, even if it's like you don't get everything done, it's still helpful because like even just this little bit that we did for this for me, super helpful. I feel like I was able to get a lot done. I've been struggling a little bit this week with so I finished the read through of Don't Date the Doctor, which try to say that 5 times fast. I got the read through done of that, but like actually like it's one of those things where it's like you read through everything, you put notes in there, and it's like you're a little bit more objective, but then it's like, okay, now I have to actually do the thing and fix it. And the second chapter, like I'm still like early on. Like I've been working on chapter 3 during these sprints, but like this week I was trying to work on chapter 2. Well, I did 1 and 2. And 2 for some reason just gave me the worst time because I added the male POV. So I added his whole thing in there. So this whole sweep through is basically a lot of fixing of his stuff. But like the first or that first POV of him, so chapter 2, but it's the first chapter for him, just was giving me the worst time because it's like you're introducing the character, you're getting to know who he is a little bit. Like it's the first time we're really getting to see him. So like it's important. It's just as important as like the first chapter, but it's like the first chapter for him, if that makes sense. So like I've had the worst. I literally had a day or two where I just stared at one paragraph. I would write something a little bit and then stop, delete that, write something else. And don't like that, delete that. Like, it was just this whole process. So like chaos, just pure chaos. But I'm hoping to get it done relatively soon. Like I don't want my goal, again, dream goal for Don't Date the Doctor is that I get it like the release is later this year. That would be like the dream. But you don't really. I'm still working on trying to figure out like timelines because like my editor who is an absolute angel, she is so great, I love working with her. She and we have an ongoing relationship and we're also friends outside of like work stuff, but like she'll ask me like, oh, what do you think your timeline is for don't like for this book, what do you think that is, so I can prepare for my stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know because I still have to go through and make the updates for this version, so this will be when I'm done with this version, it'll be the finished draft 2. But then it's like then I have to send it all. I'll have to do another quick read through, make sure the changes that I made I'm happy with, and then it has to go to beta reading, alpha reading, and it's like it's a whole thing. This book by the end of September. Yeah, like it's it's so and again, I'm still trying to figure out like how to figure time out, if that makes sense. Cuz like again, I can work on this stuff till the cows come home, but like I need, especially for stuff like, again, working with editors, working with cover designers, that kind of thing, I need to have a better sense of like how long it actually, okay, I started the book at this date. When do I have it fit? Like having like, I guess, a deadline. I guess I mean, I guess I just solved my own problem is I need to have deadlines in terms of like figuring all this stuff out. But I'm hoping to, at least for the next 2 projects that I have, which I have a thing that I'm working on editing right now, a video. It's not the one next week, but it'll be the one after that. Of like, I'm working on essentially 3 projects at once. So wish me luck with that. But I'm hoping, at least with both of those, I'll have a better sense of a deadline. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping that by the time I get done with the outlines, I'll have a better sense of like the story and like, okay, I won't have to flounder as much as I did with the first book of Don't the Love and Lavender Wood series because like I had like a general outline for this for Don't Date the Doctor, but it kind of bit me in the butt because it was so vague in general that like I had to like piece together and it changed so much. So who the heck knows? But all right. So happy we did this again though. I love doing sprints with you guys. It's so fun. I Here's a question I do have for you guys. So like oh wait. Yeah, I I've been where I'm like, I have like a pipeline essentially of like, okay, this one is going to release, this one is in editing, this one is out, like I'm writing, this one is outlining. But like, I feel I'm having a hard time with like keeping that. Like, I want to have multiple things going on because I want to get these books out more often. Like, I don't want it to be like every 9 years I get like a book out, if that makes sense. But uh, anyway, a question I do have for you guys though is for these like for doing these productivity sprints, how are we feeling about like the overall timing of them? And I mean in the sense of like the weekend morning ones or the weekday evening ones. Which ones are we liking more? Because I've been trying to do like again on and off of like okay this sprint's going to be a weekday evening, then we switch, we do every other week, and then the next one is the morning on the weekend kind of thing. But like, I'm curious if like which one you guys are tending to prefer. Because like again, I can do whatever. I just for you guys, for y'all's convenience. The weekday, yeah, I like the weekdays ones too. The weekday ones. The only thing I've ever had with the weekday ones is like right after work. My brain is kind of, but like my brain is also during the first part of these because I'm still waking up, I guess. But like, because I don't want to completely be like, okay, we're only gonna do like these sprints on these particular days or whatnot, because it takes a little bit of the fun out of it. But like, does that make sense? Yeah, it doesn't. A net without. I'm stealing that. I hope you know that I am stealing that. That is amazing. um, but yeah, because like again, I don't want to rule out, just be like, okay, well, we're only going to do weekday nights from now on. If that, like, I don't want to do that, but I want to have like some sort of schedule so that's a little bit easier for people to like to actually come and be here, kind of thing. So if that makes sense, I don't know. I'm still figuring that out because right now I'm going to keep the cadence that we've had of like on and off of weekday weekend kind of thing. So the next one we'll do will be a weekday, which it'll probably be. I think I have. Let me see. When do I have the next one on my books? Because I like to just put it on my calendar just so I remember to have the time to like set aside for things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so but that's why I'm like I don't want to like not do them, but I'm just like if it's more convenient for people to only do or to like to show up to one versus the other, I'd rather like have that availability for that like for one versus the other. But like if it doesn't matter, like obviously I'm gonna keep doing the switch. But like anyway, so the next one I have on the books is on June 10th, which I believe is a Wednesday at 7. So that's one I have next on the calendar for now. Sometimes like 4. Yeah. That's why it's always so fun to see what other people's like schedules are in terms of like when they put in time to like work on stuff like this. Always fascinates me. Absolutely always, because again like I said I work full time, so it's like finding pockets of time. And my job is one of those like ad hoc stuff sometimes, so it's like I have a little bit of free time during the day if I don't have anything important to work on, if that makes sense. But I don't want to say anything because like I'm contract, so like Anyway, so that's going to be it for today, though, my loves. I am so happy when everyone else is, yeah, basically just live in a house. That is I wouldn't know anything about a house of distractions with cats constantly running across my desk. Wouldn't know anything about that. But okay, my loves. Thank you guys so, so much for being here. I am so grateful that you all came and wanted to hang out and we all got some stuff done. This has been absolutely a blast, as always. And I will see you guys in the next one. So it'll be June 10th at 7 p.m. will be our next sprint, which is a Wednesday evening. So have a good one, guys.